Congratulations, because I can see that today is Saturday, so there is a huge number. So that means that you are also excited to hear what has been going on. So we had a preview with our president a few days ago, and today he was just waiting for today to announce some more insights. Yeah, today is his birthday too, so we can wish him happy birthday once his camera is on. Okay, cool. Okay, he was just waiting for the right day to make this announcement. Okay, I can see people still joining the event. There are so many people today. We are more than 400 people. As you know, today we have also a prestigious host who will make this event even more interesting for all the people that really want to see, that are really interested in this. It will make all this project more concrete. What we will do from now onwards, together with our president. So our president was able to also involve this prestigious person with this deal. So, okay, so if you're ready, now that everyone has joined, so I just start the event. I really want to thank you for your interest, and I give the floor to our president, the CEO, Daniele Marinelli, with a lot of wishes from all of us. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for telling you that today is my birthday. It's another year to my it's another year. So I also want to thank you, because of course today is Saturday, so there are many people here, and I can't wait to give you a brief introduction. And I want to introduce, I will introduce briefly our prestigious host, Professor Francesco Zanini, and it will turn on his camera right now. So I want to send you a huge warm welcome from all of us. Today, I'm just, okay, I'm happy because it's my birthday, but I'm also very happy because what we will discuss today is a preview of of our path, our future path. So, as I was saying before, you already know me, so I would say that beside giving a welcome to Francesco Zanini, I will just go straight to the point. And so, if he allows me, I know that many of you already know some things about him, because the last day was a live event, and I was mentioning this collaboration between us, Synapsia, and ITT. I'm quite sure that some of you has already got some information on the website, so his profile. Okay, I'm just sharing the screen right now. Okay, thumb up if you can see my screen. Okay, but yeah, if you read the information, it's fine. But as from the information on the website, you can see this is an impressive track record of all his adventures. But it's another thing, it's another story to hear this information from he himself. So, welcome, Francesco Zanini. Tell us about you, a bit about you, and tell us the role more about the ITT, and then I will ask you some questions as well. So we can have a very pleasant chat. Okay, thank you, Francesco. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be part of this team. I'm introducing myself. My name is Francesco Zanini, and I am from Mantova. and since I lived there since I was 18, and then I attended microelectronic engineer, and I specialize in semiconductors, and I won the award as the best student, and I was able to graduate behind schedule. I was the only graduate of my course in the faculty, because the subject was very interesting to me, but it was very pleasant to study such a subject. In my village, there were many people, in my country, there were many people who were working in the NASA, and I was working with them, and I started programming since I was in elementary. So I first started programming, and then I learned writing. So what I want to say is that what I said, being graduated in engineering behind schedule, what should I do? I asked myself, what should I do? Why is everything created in California, between Berkeley, Stanford, and the University of ILA when it comes to technologies, and in California, in Boston? I said, yeah, I want to go there, visit the country. I don't care. I want to see, I want to get more insights. So I sent an application in 5 universities to carry on a PhD path, which will allow you to become an academic. So I was accepted in a lab which was managed by Professor Giovanni. He was the president of EAAA, which is the company, the Electronic Engineering Association. I still remember that when I introduced myself, listen, I don't care about the salary. I just care. I just want to learn. I just want to be part of your team. So for me, it's very important to become and understand how we can introduce innovation in the world. So the professor, from the moment you send your application to the moment you get admitted. So during this time, I also attended two master programs, one in Ireland and the other one in Advanced Learning Institute in Lugano. The first one was on the hardware software co-design system, so the development of micro semiconductors, adapting the hardware to the characteristics of the software and vice versa. And in Ireland, instead, I was dealing with systems that were improving the efficiency and speed of some devices by introducing mathematical techniques. As you should know that artificial intelligence and all that which is related to technology, the basis is maths. So if someone knows physics and can resonate with maths, they can do whatever they can in technology. So well, let's say that ingenuity Italians is not like we are quite good when it comes to creativity. So what I did was like I carried on my path with him, with this professor. At the beginning, in the beginning, I was dealing with a topic I was not very familiar with, which was the efficiency of, which was related to the energetic efficiency of multi-processors. Why? And I was asking myself, why do you have to deal with energy efficiency? I was thinking about dealing about performance, speed, and contribute to the Ferrari project. So
Quindi cosa ho detto?
So
Lui mi diceva,
so he was saying that, the problem is about thermal dissipation. So I can change the speed of the microprocessor, because the first problem is the speed through which the information is transmitted, because these are made of webs that have a certain web. So even if I increase the level on which a microprocessor is working, I have a bottleneck through which I have to deal with. So in 2010, the heating dissipation was equal to the power of a nuclear reactor. So we were dealing with this issue, and then we have learned from biology. So is the brain working like this? No, the brain is not working like this. So the brain is made of millions of neurons that are linked to each other with a speed which is slower compared to any other computer. What is the advantage? So what was the advantage of electronics and computers? So it is based on two pillars. The first one was the memory, and the other one was speed, because let's remember it, because computers are not smart machines, so they just get instructions and guidelines. They don't have any reasoning capabilities, and they don't have logic. They can only carry out tasks. So let's think that in a microprocessor, the central unit is called full adder. It's a calculator. It's like a calculator. So everything which is around it, everything which is around the microprocessor, is useful to organize the data in order to make them suitable with and in line with the calculator functioning. So the challenge was that to say, okay, listen, why instead of having a calculator, shall we set more than one calculator, and we develop software that are able to give them all the information in parallel. So what's the problem? So we had more than one course. So what was the problem of this? That many times the computational power was not comparable. So before carry out some information, I still have to wait to get information from the previous process. So I can have the quickest computer in the world, but if I have to carry out an operation until this operation is over, I can't go on. So we invented some techniques, predictive techniques, that will predict what it could be a possible outcome in order to develop some pre-results, let's say, that were almost optimal before, in order to gain time. So what is the next step of this procedure? Is the fact to have interconnected calculation units that are working between them, that they are not symmetric, they have different speed with different calculating systems that are not aligned. That will allow to split divide the space at a mathematical level into different solutions, so that from one solution we have efficient and quick systems to get a result. So what's the difference? The computer and maths. What is the difference between these two elements? That maths has an infinite and endless precision. Computer have limited precision. So what is the point of getting optimal performances if you can get to the decimal feature? So we have decided to develop a series of theories, mathematical theories, So, which is called ANSERT, which stands for International Institute of Technology, which can also be called ITT. So why did we decide to do this? Because we are collecting different components from physics, mathematics, and logic, and also the development of new materials that allow to merge all these elements as a new revolution. All the things, because what is the main problem from my point of view? What is the problem related? What is the problem? Americans are very good because they are good at keeping things organized and separated, but this can be this help. This it doesn't have to get a big picture. So there are problems to interconnect the subject between them. What we do in our lab, and Daniele was very important for me because it was very important to especially with Synapsia. So the way in which we carried out from another point of view and from the software point of view to carry out the project is to adapt the structure of microprocessors to algorithms, to highly advanced to AI highly advanced algorithms that were developed by Daniele's team. So this is the way in which we are theorizing things. I'll show you something. So as you can see, this is an example of a chip, a microelectronic chip that has been developed. I don't know if you can see it or you can read it, by the International Institute of Technology. This allows you to recreate the heating energy inside the microprocessor. So through this system, the system is even more efficient, but mainly by getting less heat, I can focus on the speed of the microprocessor. So, as you can see, it's quite easy, but the secret is that you see the facts and just get an external perspective and reason on things, think on things. Don't take things for granted, of course. So this is the way in which how we envisage things. I always remember a lecture from my math professor. So the lesson started at 8, and by the evening, I was already able to see the tracking from Earth and the Moon, because his explanation was so easy that anyone, I think, could be able to understand it. So this is the way in which we carry on the evolution of all the things. So we are dealing with a system related to energy production. We are also working in generator development and renewable energies too. And we are also dealing with artificial intelligence and semiconductors. And we are aiming at making everything eco-friendly. And I just want to say something here. All of these projects are not developed for the world. We are just doing it for us. When we are saying we are protecting the environment, I don't think this this statement is accurate. Because a few years ago, there were some conditions that were very damaging. Because when we burn CO2, we are re-inputting in the atmosphere all the CO2 that is coming from the past. So we are transforming the world into something, into a sensation from the past. Because billions of years ago, the situation was quite different. And the world was made of just a bunch of islands. So there were so many economic damages because all the costs will be underwater. and there will be huge problems as well. And let's say that fossil fuels, once we burn them, we run out of them. So the progress has been till today has been thanks to the fact that the people without the people that instead of working in fields, they had the time, because just one person was doing the entire job for 100 people, that 99 people had the opportunity to study and to make a humankind evaluate. And there was a revolution. And I think it's our duty to find solutions that can allow the environment to maintain them at the same level, maintaining the same lifestyle and maintaining all the elements that have allowed the evolution that we went through over the last few years. Because if you look at history, if the story of the planet could be just summed up in 24 hours, evolution is just in 20 minutes. So let's say that the goal and research, the objective of our institute is to develop these technologies. In Synapsia, we have found a great partner. Thank you, Francesco. Thank you very much for highlighting this part as well, this aspect as well. I was asking you something, and before you mention the rocket thing, I also want you to tell some anecdote. So one of the things that is striking today is that Elon Musk is quite popular today. So and to me, I was stricken by the fact that you also contributed in the landing, the Falcon landing project. Yes, here I want to say something. So I started collaborating with the research department of Professor Boyd. Professor Boyd was able to develop the software with a department with which I collaborated as researcher. He developed a system that is very smart, which is related to converse optimization. These are mathematical practices on which the work we did was based on. It's a software that is an open source software, and it's been used. It's also been used in many fields, among them for Falcon 9 and Falcon 10. So I will explain a bit about research. So research is going step by step, and let's say that why is a software becoming from proprietary is becoming open source? Because when one uses software which is an ancient older version, someone can give advice, and in scientific publications of which my revisor is currently president, each researcher could go a step ahead. So researchers are not by themselves, but they also bring all the collaborations and all the expertise they have gained. So we have used this team to divide the solution space of microprocessor into different regions on which we have applied our techniques. So what is the problem related to all the system, the aerospatial system? The main problem is the weight. I also collaborated for the mathematical part and the development as well. I had the honor to collaborate with this professor, Giovanni De Micheli, who was a great teacher for me.
che cosa abbiamo fatto?
So what did we do? We decided we try to make the system a bit lighter and easier, because the main problem is that each system is a device which is going to space, has three elements. So I don't know if you watch Apollo 13. So that thing is you have seen how it ended, how the movie ended. So this is quite dangerous thing. So we have decided to focus on
pile atomiche si chiamano, che cosa sono? Sono
so
fondamentalmente
nuclear
degli elementi a
systems,
doppio
the
filo.
atomic P,
Vedete nei
which are called the
servizi in massa ogni
radioactive
tanto nei film usano
elements.
alcune cose che vengono messe
So
all'interno di
they are
cilindri con del
inside
materiale
cylinders
termoelettrico
with
che
thermoelectrical
converte
material,
il
which is
calore in
turning
corrente
heat
elettrica, no?
into
Quindi fondamentalmente è un tubo che
power.
all'interno
So
si
it's a
cade no?
tube
Via reazione di
which can be
surcadimento
heated
nucleare,
by a
ovviamente
nuclear
tutto schermato
system,
per ovvi
is
motivi,
schemed,
che
of
è
course,
circondato
and
da un
is
altro
surrounded
cilindro
by
di
another
materiale
cylinder
termoelettrico.
which is
No?
made
Qual è
of
il problema?
thermoelectrical
Quello che sta facendo
material. So what's the
pesa,
problem?
no? I
This system
materiali
is quite
appunto
heavy because
comunque radioattivi sono comunque pesati,
radioactive
no?
materials are quite
Alla
heavy.
fine
Let's
del
remember
processo
that at the
il
end of the
materiale che si
process, the
forma è
material that
fiondente,
is
no?
formed
Quindi comunque un
is
materiale
quite heavy
molto
material.
pesante, ecco. Seconda roba,
The second
climatizzazione.
thing,
Perché
climatization.
io
So
guardando lo spazio, non avendo
when I
l'aria,
have
nel lato esposto al
space,
sole ho
if I don't have
300,
air,
300, 400 gradi. Nel lato esposto all'ombra ho meno
when
200 e passa gradi. Quindi ho un'escursione
so
termica
so there is
enorme
a
e quindi
thermal
all'interno della
excursion which is
scatola
quite
per
high
mantenere una
in order
temperatura,
to
diciamo, che
maintain
consenta
a
la vita per
temperature
gli esseri
that we
umani, non
allow
per i batteri.
life for human beings.
Ci sono problemi di isolamento, no?
There are
Quindi
problems related to
abbiamo
the
dovuto sviluppare
isolation. So we
sistemi di
had to
isolamento, sistemi di generazione elettrica
develop
e sistemi
isolation systems
fondamentalmente di
and
per
systems
avere
which
computer che consumassero
to have
pochissima
that allowed
energia
computers
elettrica
that
e
consume less
fondamentalmente a un costo
energy,
molto molto
and
ridotto.
they could be
Ecco,
also
questo
be quite light.
un
So this
pochettino la
is
storia.
the history
Quindi ho
behind this
avuto sì,
project.
l'onore nel
So
suo
I
inizio di
had the
poter
honor
collaborare
to
dei
collaborate
lavoratori che hanno dato
and
vita
work in
a
the labs that
tutto quello che
gave
gran
birth
parte, diciamo
to
così, di tutte le innovazioni
all
che
the
sono state fatte
innovations that I've been doing
nel settore
in
dell'aerospazio, che
in
hanno appunto
aerospatial sector,
infatti mi hanno
thanks to
dato
this
inizialmente come
opportunity they
studente
gave me
tutto
as
il
a
pomeriggio di
student
lavoro.
and then as a
Quello che
researcher.
abbiamo
So
fatto noi è
the
diventato
thing that
questo
we
istituto di
did,
ricerca
we decided to create
perché
this research
fondamentalmente il
institute because
taglio che
um,
veniva dato, noi collaboriamo
so
tutt'oggi
we collaborate
sia con
with
centri di ricerca, però il taglio che
universities
abbiamo
and
voluto dare
research
noi,
hubs
e
as
questa è
well.
un pochettino della mia,
But my
diciamo,
approach,
passato
we decided to create
familiare,
this
venivo da
institute.
una famiglia
Um,
comunque
uh,
di
we
piccoli
wanted to introduce
imprenditori,
a
no?
new approach.
E a livello familiare è stato quello di
So the
dare
objective
un
of creating this
rispetto
institute
e
was
una
to give
considerazione
some
anche alle
consideration
persone che
to
abitano
the
nel mondo
people
della
who
ricerca, perché
are,
quello che succede,
working in the
soprattutto in
research
Italia, nel
world.
mondo
Because what's
reale,
happening
è
in
che io
Italy in
vedevo
general is
veramente
that
dei geni con cui
there
avevo
were
l'onore di
some
collaborare,
genius I had the
che
honor to
in uno
collaborate
stato
with.
di,
They were not
diciamo,
like
completa
which weren't
miseria, sia di
rewarded.
mezzi, che non avevano
So they
degli
didn't
ingegneri per
have
poter
the
lavorare,
suitable
e
media,
dovevano quasi
and
tutti,
so all of
dovevano perché non
them
era una cosa
had
piacevole,
to
andare negli Stati Uniti se
go to the
volevano
United
avere
States
qualche
to get
speranza di
some
una vita,
opportunities or some
diciamo,
hopes
decente, così
to
come avevano
develop
loro,
what they wanted,
oppure avere
or
qualche,
they
diciamo, opportunità di poter
or to
lavorare
get
per
some
stabilire i
opportunities
mezzi
to work
per
or
poter
have the
lavorare.
media to
Questo è un
work.
grande
So
problema che ha l'Europa, non solo l'Italia,
this is a huge
perché
problem in
gran
Europe,
parte
not
di
just in
tutte le
Italy,
menti che
because
io ho
all
visto
the
e ho avuto
big
l'onore di
minds I
lavorare
had the
erano
honor
basati
to
in Europa.
contribute to
Quindi
work
c'è
with
veramente
don't have
un'emoragia in
the
Europa
suitable
di
media.
gente che ha
So there are
altissimo
many
valore, un
people in
altissimo
Europe with
contributo a
a high
livello
value
ambientale
when it comes
che
to the
viene
environment,
completamente
who
abbandonato.
is not
E
like is
il
not by
piccolo,
themselves, so they
diciamo
have any
così,
support.
piccolo imprenditore
So
ha un
and
ciclo di
small
vita che è
businesses
nettamente
have
superiore
small businesses,
fondamentalmente a
let's
tutte
say, have
queste
a higher
realtà.
level
Quindi quello che
of
abbiamo
life
cercato
compared to
di
these
fare
researchers.
noi
So
non è
what we
quello di
tried to
smentire
do was not
assolutamente,
to
ma quello
align
di
all the
dare
things, but was
opportunità
just to give
a tutte
opportunities
queste
to
persone
all
qua
these
di poter
people
semplicemente anche solo
in order
lavorare,
for
ma
them to
non
work.
dovendo andare all'estero.
without going overseas. Yes, because it's good to go overseas. It's quite cool. You see different cultures with many positive aspects, but it's not your culture. And I think that the best thing which is bringing a lot of satisfaction is to see your nation, your country, which is growing and going on with these projects, like the Roman, like the Romans, with the principles and values that are still quite important and which are, let's say, are not so strong in outside of Europe. So our challenge was to get the good from what we have seen in the United States, because of course they have in Silicon Valley, if you want, if you are willing, you will have all the opportunities, and try to create something giving value to all the potentials, the huge potential of Europe. So that was the, let's say, the goal.
Senti, a proposito di mondo arabo, innanzitutto
Okay, talking about the Arab world, I can see people are very happy about this event. So when it comes to Arab world, I just want to discuss something, and I want to show you something I've already shared with you during the last event. Or maybe I didn't, sorry.
Ditemi se lo vedete, questo qui
Okay, let me tell me if you can see that.
estratto
Okay, so this is an extract
dell'accordo
from the
fatto pochi giorni
deal we had
con
we sealed with
la Bold Technology,
the
dove
Bold
appunto
Technologies,
messa anche in evidenza la collaborazione con il
and
professor
there is
Zanini.
also the
Ma quello che mi
collaboration with the
interessa
Professor Zanini. But what is
mostrare
important, what I want to show
che
to you here,
sostanzialmente
is that
nel
here,
progetto che noi adesso andremo a fare nei
in the
prossimi
projects, in
18
the next
mesi
few
con la Bold
projects we will
Technology,
do in the next
andremo a sviluppare un
18
concetto di
months, we will also
cognitive cities
develop
scossa
a
dal
concept
concetto di
of
smart
cognitive
city.
city, which is
Qui degli
different
alcuni
from the
punti
concept of
importanti,
smart city.
ovvero
Here you
la
can see some
mobilità, la
important points:
sicurezza,
mobility, security,
l'infrastruttura,
infrastructure,
i servizi,
resilience, and public
la
services,
gestione per
and
esempio del
the
crimine
management
piuttosto che
of
l'ottimizzazione del
crime
traffico.
and traffic
Tutto questo verrà
optimization.
fatto
All of this will be done
strutturando
by
intelligenza
structuring
artificiale
artificial
predittiva in
intelligence, by
collaborazione
using
anche con
predictive artificial
te
intelligence
e
in
con l'hardware
collaboration
che tu
with
stai
you and
proponendo,
with the
ma
hardware you
tutto
have been
questo ha anche
developing.
un aspetto molto
But
importante, no?
there is
Ovvero
also
quello
another aspect
da
we should
vari passaggi,
highlight.
no? La logistica,
Here you can see
l'emergenza, la
all the steps,
resilienza, tantissime
logistics,
cose. Ora,
resilience,
tutto
and all
questo
the
si
things.
tramuta
But
in cosa? Si
what
tramuta
is
in
this
una
turning
modalità di
into?
uscita che
So
noi
this will
andremo a
be
dover
a series
gestire
of
e che
procedures we will
ovviamente
have to
quello che
deal with.
preoccupa un pochino
So what is
le
worrying
persone è
people a bit
innanzitutto un
is,
aspetto,
first of
come
all,
dicevamo prima,
the
e vorrei
aspect we
approfondire
were
questo argomento,
mentioning before. I would like to get
legato
some
al
insight
consumo
into this,
energetico.
the aspect
Secondo
related to
poi
energy consumption. And
un
the
altro
second
aspetto che
thing,
sicuramente
and
è
another
importante
aspect which is
sottolineare è
surely
cosa
important,
possiamo strutturare
how
insieme,
can
proporre
we
insieme,
do
perché poi
together? What can we
ricordiamoci
suggest
che
together?
da
Because
questo
let's
accordo che
remember
abbiamo fatto
that
con la
from
Bold,
this
che
deal
avete
we
questo sviluppo
sealed
nei
with
nostri
Bold,
18
which is
mesi, di cui
about the
ovviamente abbiamo fatto
development over
parte
the next
frondosa,
18
non solo
months,
l'accordo,
of
ma
which
anche
I'm
perché ci ho
quite
dato modo
proud
di
of.
creare questa collaborazione con te, con l'I2T. Ovviamente sarà
Of
poi un
course,
modello
this will
duplicabile in
be
altre città nel
a
mondo.
model that can be
E
mimicked
ovviamente
in other cities
giocherà un
in the
ruolo
world. So,
fondamentale,
and it will play a key
vista
role
l'enorme quantità di dati che
considering the
andremo a
huge
gestire,
amount of data we
giocherà un
will
ruolo
manage,
fondamentale
and it
anche
will have
per
a
appunto
key
quello
role,
dell'aspetto dell'efficientamento energetico, perché
especially
molte
in
delle informazioni
energy
non andremo a
efficiency,
prendere tutta
because this
questa
is
energia.
one of
Ma
the
io so
main
che
issues.
voi
Because
avete già
I,
qualcosa in
we are asking
cantiere
ourselves, where do we
proprio in
get
merito alla
such an amount of
condivisione
energy?
del calore che
But I
sviluppano
know that you have
i data center
carried out a
per
project
riconvertirli
to
in energia,
convert the
che
heat developed
puoi
by
dare
data
una
center to
stima di
convert
quello
that
che
into
potrebbe
energy.
essere
Can you
anche
give
il
us
risparmio energetico che si
a
andrà
projection
ad
of what
ottenere
the
con l'utilizzo
energy
dell'unione delle tue
saving
tecnologie
will be by using
e delle nostre
merging
intelligenze
technologies, your
artificiali?
technologies, and our
Con
artificial
molto piacere.
intelligence?
Vorrei
Yes,
provare a
sure, it's a
rispondere alle
pleasure.
domande perché
So I
abbiamo
would
visto
like to,
tre punti, no?
I've seen three points,
Allora,
key points that are very important.
diciamo così.
So,
Allora, io ho avuto l'onore
so
di
I had
fare
the honor
dottorato
to
nel
do
gruppo
a
del professor
PhD
Zanini,
in the group of Professor Giovanni Di
presidente
Michele. He was the
Al
president of
tempo, tra i
EAA.
vari
At the
dottorandi,
time,
c'era
among
l'attuale
the other
vicepresidente della
researchers,
Microsoft
there was the
e il
current
fondatore di
vice
Google.
president of
Ok? Nello stesso
Microsoft.
gruppo di ricerca. Ok?
we are in the same research group. And I have seen the environment of Silicon Valley because a part of this period I was there, also because in the environment where I was, the situation was quite motivating, and I had to work with very smart people. You all know YouTube, what YouTube is. I think so, of course. Yes. Do you know how it all started? They had the exact same problem. So when it was started, when the founder started, I don't know if you remember it, there were 8 million people, 8 million systems to watch videos on the internet. And the problem was that all the systems were very heavy and there was no system who can be unified. So the browsers, which are the software that allow you to watch and get your internet connection, they were sharing a language, FLB, which is a format that YouTube was using at the time to watch and to show videos. This system was compatible with all the browsers. So it wasn't the best one quality-wise, it wasn't quick, and it wasn't even the best one. So at that time, they were saying they were doing this, they were taking everything, it was online, and then were turning it into FLV. So once you wanted to watch a video, there was an FLV system behind it. The same thing was done by Google. So Google was reading, downloading all the pages on the internet with the algorithm in order to unify all the information into a system. This is the same system through which everything which is in the world is converted into one single thing that can be manageable. So there are millions of information. There is millions of billion pieces of information in the world. So we will convert this information into autonomous small computational power, and this will be transmitted to a global information system that will go back. So we have two advantages. We have two computational units as it works with your site. So when you see your retins, which is attached to the neurons, so once the information is getting to the brain, the language, the code is in another language. So we will do the same. So this is just to give you an idea of how the leading companies has done it. So why is it important? Why is the energy efficiency consumption is important? So today, in order to elaborate much information, we need a lot of carbon. So it's an incredibly high energetic consumption. So there are some labs that are dedicated to this. I personally speaking, I'm against nuclear, but I'm against nuclear for a reason, because when you have kilowatts that are coming down from the sun and we are talking about 3-4 kilowatts, why do I have to burn carbon when I have an available energy and free energy which is available from all over the world? So I can show you this material. I'll show it to you again. Let me see. Okay, this material, I'll show you this material. This material was certified by University of Padova. It contains from 80 to 85 efficiency. So his certified was certified by the University of Padua. I'm not saying 15, I'm not saying 20 as photovoltaic, I'm saying 85. So let's imagine if this material can be inserted into a chip, on a chip. What are the advantages? So the chip can auto-automate itself, so it can be distributed everywhere, and it has a cost that is an accessible cost, because it's just for one thing, because something to be spread has to be not too expensive, because if it has an access cost, that means it's a limitation, it's a real limitation. So I just want to point out something here. I had the honor to know a big leading entrepreneur who launched the rodeo project, the first transistor. So small radios were, in quality speaking, they were worse than vinyl, and its quality was quite low, but it had an advantage. It gave you the freedom to go everywhere and to listen to it whenever they wanted. So they could do it with very heavy systems. So this was one of the things that promoted this technology. So because it was quite cheap, and it could be used everywhere, essentially. So this is the same we want to do. So the reason why we have decided to focus on nanotechnology development that allow efficiency, which is higher to photovoltaics. This allows us for technology to be everywhere and not to be limited to systems that are potentially damaging and perilous. Because if we store energy, there is also a damage behind it, because this damage can be spread, and then we have an explosion, we have fires, and we have problems. So let's remember that any accumulator or any energy accumulation is also very expensive, because by receiving energy and release it, it modifies the structure of the element that is absorbing the energy, which is keeping the energy, and this make it worse. So this is what we the direction towards we want to go. So I hope that Daniele, I have answered your question. Thank you very much. I just want to thank you, because your explanation are quite easy to understand. So my last question is, and then you can just go back to your project, because I can imagine a lot of things to do. So when we talk about artificial intelligence nowadays, there are two different words. There are people who is excited about the new innovations and projects, but there are also other people who are scared by it. So there are many people who are fearing that artificial intelligence will kill human-like. So this is just my opinion, in Daniele Smanivani opinion. And so I think it will be useful here if you can also give your opinion, that without any doubt had a professional and impressive track record. So it can give some contribution, it can give kind of like reassuring opinion on this topic. Okay, first of all, I want to thank you. I just want to point something out. This is the first thing I've learned when I started collaborating with the leaders in innovation and research. I am quite lucky because my cousin has won golden prizes in the Olympics in swimming. And from that, I've learned that, and I've also noticed that too. Do you know what's the difference between being the first and being the second in a competition? So being the second means that to be the first of the last.
La differenza è questa qua.
So the difference is this: to be the first doesn't mean that you are the best one. Who is the first, as with getting the first, is the first that is using the first systems. So to see, so the first are the ones who see the defects and they solve them in order to get where other people didn't get. So the most important thing here is not to attend, is not to join leading situations, environments, but it's important to listen to the point of view of others. I contributed in the project led by Massimilian Fussès, and the biggest contribution was brought up by a technician who was working on this project. So he was the one who brought up the idea of how to install the ladder. So he gave that added value, which is quite important to align all the things. But that suggestion was by a technician. So if it weren't there, if there weren't that suggestion, the result would have been quite different. So the path, any path is very important. No path is more important than the other. So if you do not have that 1% more, you don't get where others are getting. So what is important, what we are doing in order to give our best, to do our best, to develop something which is better, let's say something which can make the difference, is by collaborating with other sectors. So this is just like to give you my viewpoint on this. So we are all together, anyone can contribute, and the important thing is to allocate the contributions and suggestions in the correct way. Artificial intelligence is a tool, so like all tools, it has to be, people should be able to use it. So I see it as a tool that can facilitate and removes all the things which doesn't allow the human beings to focus on more important things. So if I can get rid of traffic congestion or other problems, I can see it as an optimizing step to help humans to get rid of problems from their daily lives. So I see it as a help tool, a tool that can help and that can simplify life. I don't see it as a system that will ever be able to replace man-like and humans' capabilities, the capabilities of associating and seeing and evolving too. So we have something, a plus. We have something which is an advance. So, for example, if I take Francesco Zanini and I put it in another context and I will make it interact with other people and with other realities, surely it won't be Francesco Zanini of today. So it's very important the way in which we approach and the people we collaborate with is very important. I can see the difference. You always have to interact in research hubs. You always have to interact with people who are smart and who can do their best. They don't hide you, they don't squeeze you down, they don't try to damage you like the other people do in the real life, as I could see it. So they do it because they know that they don't have the capabilities to they see you as a competitor, that's why they do it. So the best part about this is that like we want to overcome this problem because anyone can have all the money from the world, but if they have to interact with people that are not very happy or feel miserable, that the society is going poor. So I can see these systems that protect and regulate as a path, as a street, all the people that by themselves are not able to choose the right path. So if there is criminality, or if there is something else, and if we can prevent the behaviors that can lead a person to do something have a certain behavior in the future. So, for example, if someone is smoking weed or doing some other things, we need to be careful, because there are people who are able to stop, and other people who are not able to do it. So every single thing we do, we always have to remember that will be within reach for everyone. So we need to leave freedom, but we also have to prevent some things that will lead certain people to damage themselves and all the people that are surrounding them. So this is the way in which, in my opinion, I see, this is the way in which I see artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. So thank you again for this time we experienced together for this event. So now we will start a new project. So we will be in close collaboration with you from now on. And it was, I think, fair for our community to know this information and get to know this and get to know you as well. And I think it was a pleasure for them to listen to you, and I think they also could get some human aspect that from you that are quite evident from you. A person that for me was quite key is Commander Luis Campisi. He is my partner. He has been my partner throughout this adventure. He is a person that, from the human and moral point of view, has made all of this possible. Not just in the research world, but also in the entrepreneur world. So I just want to point this out, that is an honor and it's a pleasure. So yeah, it was very good. Thank you. I'm very happy because I think that your words will have will allow the people who are online. So your words have enlightened a bit the people who are listening to now. So on the things we are doing, so it's an ambitious milestone that will be, surely it's an ambitious milestone, and it will require a lot of effort and energies in terms of work, but I think that together it will get to important result, and it will also it will also contribute to improve life in our cities. I just want to thank you all, to the people who were here on Saturday morning, who dedicated some time to learn more about Francesco and listen to his speech. I just want to thank you all, and we will see you in our next live event. In the meantime, we also have to organize another event. So in the first days of April, there will be some developments in Abu Dhabi. So we better get started. Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.
Recording stopped.